not this time. You voted for President Obama in 2008. 4 years later, he's making a change of his own. He's a columnist for the New York Post, Fox News contributor. You can find his column on foxnews.com as well. So, Michael, you say you have a confession to make.
Right. Well, yes, I'm voting for Mitt Romney this time, and in my column I explain why. But just looking at the president there, you know, you remember sort of the high hopes. I think that at that point, after the election, what everybody was hoping that he would do. And I was among those who hoped he would do what he said he would do, which was essentially unite the country around core principles. And not everybody, but you get 65% of the public to support big issues, big reforms, then you really have change in America.
And instead, many people argue that the last 4 years have been the most partisan time in politics ever.
Yes, I think he is, as I say in the column, why I turned against him, essentially, I think he's dishonest. I think that was the big lie, that he would unite the country. I don't think he even tried. And secondly, I think he's incompetent. I mean, I think we see how he has governed, Benghazi being the latest example, but the budget, the debt, all these issues, he's made no effort to tackle unemployment. He's made no effort to tackle anything that's really driving the country over the cliff. And yet he acts as though he's done a great job. I mean, the disconnect between who he said he would be and who he actually is has cost him my vote. I'm not sure how much that matters to him, but it certainly, for me, it's all I have is one vote.
So the interesting thing is that while you're seeing a negative with the president, you see a positive with some of Mitt Romney's policies. So in other words, you're not just doing your vote for Romney because you're upset at Obama, right?
Oh, that's right. No, look, I think there's a case to be made against Obama. There's also a case to be made for Romney. And with Mitt Romney, I have to say, among the Republicans in the field, I am a Democrat, but among the Republicans in the primary field, Romney was the only one who I thought would, in the end, could be a credible alternative to Obama. But as we've gotten closer, I think Romney is much better than merely a credible alternative. I think his policies are sound. I think he's got a real idea how to create jobs. The other thing I like about him too, Gretchen, is that there's not a hint of scandal in this man's life, neither in his personal life nor his career. This is an honest, I think, man full of integrity, and it would be nice to have that in the White House.
Interesting, when I interviewed he and Ann together 3 years ago, they said to me then, "You will never read about us in the tabloids, ever." And they said it emphatically.
Right.
I want you to listen to Romney Ryan as they now seem to be talking about hope and change. Imagine that.
Yeah.
This is a turning point for America, that we need to take a different course, that we cannot stay on the course we're on. I happen to think that the American people understand we need dramatic and real change if we're going to have a bright and prosperous future for us.
Look, we believe in the principles that built this country. We believe in liberty, freedom, free enterprise, self-determination. The government works for us and not the other way around.
So it's interesting, in the last couple of months, I've talked to people who voted for President Obama like you did, who now say they're going to vote for Romney. But have you heard anyone say that they voted for John McCain and now they're going to vote for President Obama?
I'd be surprised if such a person actually exists. I think that Romney is basically counting on the McCain vote, which is, frankly, not very big. It was 46% of the last time turnout. So he needs to start with that, of course, and build on it. But what we just heard there with Paul Ryan and Mitt Romney, I think that is exactly the difference between these campaigns. President Obama can't say that. He can give that speech, but no one, his record now shows that's not who he is. And so I think they have a winning argument. I hope they win, because I believe that Romney and Ryan will have now an opportunity to really address the fundamental problems. And I might say too, Gretchen, just briefly on the foreign stage, they're both novices, but I think their instincts are right about American power. And so I think that across the board, they'll do a better job.
Check them out.